Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? Today's video, do you paint your D&D miniatures? So, for the longest time, I haven't painted any of my D&D miniatures. And as you can see, I bought a few things and even two paint kits to try to inspire me. I have I've been slowly buying golden acrylics, and I realized I don't have a black yet, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I also went and bought a whole bunch of Artist Loft um, brushes. Now I'm gonna let you know right now these aren't that expensive. These are like the $10 brand, but when it comes to painting, especially painting miniatures, I'm I suck. I wasn't going to invest that much, even though you're looking at all this and going, really, Joaquin, you're not going to invest that much. But if I were to put this stuff together, I'd use it more to play. And I'm wondering who else is out there, like how many of you paint your miniatures? Because I don't feel like I have the time, even though I obviously like collecting this stuff. And I'm an artist and I enjoy painting. I just don't enjoy miniature painting. And I got all these Posca markers and other things over here. So, um, I'm also going to do a test of the different paints. So the paint kits right here, and it's probably got dust on it. So these are the Vallejo paints. So I was like, oh, this is cool. But because Michaels is always having sales and whatnot, I get these way cheaper. So that's why I've been able to start to accumulate stuff. I also have been collecting D&D collector series. So, I got Rudolph Van Richten, Esmeralda. I don't know if she's gonna stay up there. I have Igwil's Treasure, and that's her daughter, and some dwarf character whose name is Flem. So if anybody knows who that is, I'm too lazy to look it up. Leave that in the comments below. I also got this at a discount. There was a sale when I first moved here um, in Ontario back in 21, and I got this for like $45. Yeah, it was crazy because these things were going up in price, and she hadn't noticed it yet, and so I was like, "Yeah, I'll take this." And so this is the Mind Flayer rating party or illicit rating party. And part of me does not want to open this because I could always sell it later. I don't know if it's gone up in value yet. And then the last thing I want to talk about is I got the D&D the nozzlers. I know I have those too. But so I got Dritz, and I'm gonna try their D&D paints. So I got 3 different D&D paints that I'm gonna be playing around with if I ever get there. But what I was upset is like, how do you give the figure and not hit famous for his cat? I mean, his cat's right there. How do you do that? So these are the colors you get. You get his colors. And you even get the purple, which I believe his cat is purple. It looks like black, but I think there's some purple highlights in there. Well, I'm going to put that in there. So then I bought this Panther and Leopard. And they show me right there my little paint guide. Voila. So how many are out there who are like me? You just buy the models so you can play on your D&D top, and you don't really care about painting them. And then you start grabbing the stuff you're going to need to paint, and then you don't paint. I think one of my issues is because I play online with my group, and I don't have a need for all the models and the terrain video I did. Even though I'm starting to get back into creating D&D terrain, and I'm going to be making videos on that, because I don't have a physical group to play with, I just feel like I'm not that inspired. And so look at all the money I've invested just sitting there. I mean, I have to get cracking and just paint some of this stuff. I mean, I'm getting a little inspired now that I'm looking at all this stuff right here. Um, it's either when it's put away just to kind of forget about it, but then when you look at it, you're like, oh. So if I were to paint anything first, it's probably going to be the Mana Core set and the Chimera, and then as I improve, start going on the other models. And I'll be doing videos on that just to give you any tips that I'm learning, and you can also see the mistakes that I'm making, and if I catch them as I'm doing them, I'll point those out too. So with art, the only way you're going to get better, like everything else, is just practice, practice, repetition, repetition, repetition. And knowing that when you first start painting, they're going to be okay, and maybe you'll get lucky and you'll pick it up quick. We're fortunate to live in an age of, YouTube videos where back in the 80s and 90s for me, I didn't have any of these type of videos. You know how you always had to go to school to learn to paint, and you could teach yourself, but the problem with teaching yourself is you go at a slow rate unless you find a mentor. And if you're fortunate enough to teach yourself, you really should find a mentor, whether you go to a community center. Uh, there are plenty of artist boards, and most artists um, will help you out. I currently work at Michael's, so that's where I get all these art supplies really cheap. But I teach the kids art on Sunday, and I really enjoy doing that. And so the one thing that I keep stressing with these kids is like, just keep working at it. Don't get caught up with whether it's a success or not, because you learn from failure more than you do from succeeding when you're trying to improve a skill. If that makes any sense, So at the beginning, you're gonna be okay, or in my case, you're just gonna be bad, and then over time, you're going to get better. And so I hope next year I'll start painting on the sea. I've already put it back. Maybe in a couple of weeks. See, I should be saying next week, people. I'm going to start on the Chimera. But I'm not going to make that because, with the holidays up and all the other excuses I want to make, that's just not going to have it. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video. It's the holidays. A couple of days. It's going to be Thanksgiving. So for those of you who watch this in the next couple of days, happy Thanksgiving. For those of you who watch it over the weekend, I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. If you like the video and you like the topics that I'm talking about with, are you a procrastinator, or do you ever plan to paint your miniatures? I mean, leave a comment below, and I like to hear your stories. Like, how much models do you have that you want to paint and just you don't have the time, or you don't want to make the time? Leave a comment below, and also leave in the comments like what painters do you enjoy watching, miniature painters, whether it's like Warhammer or any other, as long as it's miniature figure painters, that way people can go watch those videos and learn something. So with that, people, I hope you're having a good Thanksgiving, or hope you had a great Thanksgiving and a good weekend, or just a good day whenever you watch this video. Take care.